Okay. All right. Let's look at one of the ones on the back. Okay. All right. So remember the area of the regular polygon. What is that? Yeah, so the apothem times the perimeter divided by 2. Okay? All right, that's what we had in our notes yesterday. All right, so do I have my apothem? No. Okay, so I need my apothem. And I don't have the perimeter, but the perimeter is pretty easy to find, right? So how do I find my perimeter? By how many? So perimeter is 22 times 6. So what do we get for that? 132. Okay. All right. So we have area equals, we don't have the apothem, times the perimeter, divided by 2. All right. So central angle. How do we find the central angles?
360 divided by the number of sides.
Perfect. 360 divided by the number of sides. All right, so what do we get? 60. All right, so all of these are 60 degrees. Now, what does the apothem do to that 60 degrees? Divide it by 2, right. So then, if this whole thing is 60, what is half of it? 30. Okay? So now I get 30 degrees. All right, so we're going to take this triangle and draw it separately over here. Okay? What does the apothem do to this side of the polygon? Bisects it. So if I know the whole side is 22, what do I know about half the side? It's 11. Perfect. Now, you could use trig, but if you get something that says it wants the exact answer, that means that you probably have a triangle that's a 30, 60, 90 or 45, 45, 90. Yes. Yes, sorry. All right. Is that good? There we go. All right. What was I saying? Oh, okay. So since if it said like it wants the exact, that means that you're going to have a square root in your answer. Okay? If it says approximate, that means you're going to multiply the square root or use trig. Okay? I'm just going to go ahead and use the 30, 60, 90 properties because it gives us which leg. The short side, right? And that's when life is easy peasy lemon squeezy. All right? So if the short leg is 11, what's the long leg? Perfect. 11 square root of 3. Okay? Now, if you did trig, you should have gotten the same answer, but you would get a decimal. What did we get when we did the decimal?
19.5.
So if you did trig, you would have to have done, so 30, this is 11. You have the opposite, you want the adjacent, so what did you use? Tangent. So tangent of 30 equals opposite over adjacent, or 11 over A. Cross multiply, then you end up dividing. You would end up being
11 divided by.
yeah. Okay. So you should get the same answer, right? 11 divided by tangent of 30. Okay. So if you look, I get 19.1, and if I did 11 times the square root of 3, I get the same answer. Okay? All right. So 19.1. So approximately. Okay? So now I'm going to, I have the apothem times the perimeter. You all see? Yeah. Then divide that by 2. One more time?
I said, is there any possible way you can zoom it in like 2 more times? I'm low from
That is,
Yeah.
that's as far as it goes. Oh,
Okay.
JK. It went. Sorry.
I understand that as a 3 or a 2.
Okay. Is it okay now?
Yes, ma'am.
Uh-huh.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so I'm going to insert in the calculator just like that. 11 root 3. Ooh. There we go. Times 132. And then divide that by 2. That's not what I wanted. Okay, well, if you used 19.1, this is what you should have gotten. 1,257.5. Okay, that's the approximate. If I want the exact, I'm going to multiply all the numbers except for that radical 3. So I've got 11 times 132. Divide that by 2. So it's 726 times radical 3. So I would accept both of these answers. Yes?
Whenever I did 19.1 and 132 and then divided that, I got 1,260.6.
So since I used the exact answer and I didn't round, then it's going to give me a different one. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, if you do 19.1, because look how many numbers we cut off. Look at all those numbers back there that we cut off, right? So that'll, each time you round, each step, it's going to cut off and change your end result. Okay, so that's why it's going to be really important to have your work done. Okay, have your work on a piece of paper for this next test. Okay, are we listening? Okay, because you might put in all your wrong answers because you forgot to put it in degree mode, right? So then if you don't put any of your work in the basket and I go to grade your test and they're all wrong, you may have set up everything correctly and worked it out correctly, but just didn't have it in degree mode. But if I don't see that, then I give you like a 0, right? So do your work on the extra sheet of paper and please put it in an put the number by it, because I have to go searching and then I'm trying to give you points, but you really don't want me to because you're not even numbering them, okay? At least number them. All right, so that's a little practice from yesterday, okay? All right, the peeps that it took them a second to open up their Canvas, did it work? Did we get it open? Eventually. All right, so let's do that. All right, I'm going to stop recording.